What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, it's gonna be an awesome freaking day. But first, if you find yourself to be enjoying today's mod showcase, let me know what your favorite part of it is down there in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to follow me on all social medias and check out my website. Links are down there in the description. So guys, welcome back. So today we start off the mod-filled weekend by taking a look at this beautiful little home right next to Riverwood. So we are taking a look at SPIRE, and I've done quite a few mods by this mod author who does this home. And I gotta say, this one, I like the presentation so far of it. So as you can see, we are right next to Riverwood. I'll show it to you on the map, but this home actually does not have a marker on the map. So it is kind of difficult to find it unless you don't know. Oh wait, no, it has one right there. What am I talking about? I thought that was a farm. Never mind. So it does have a marker. So we're right here. SPIRE, Riverwood, and Embershard Mine, the Guardian Stones, Anissa's Cabin, and then the closest hold you'll want to go to or spawn in is Whiterun. So, that's where you want to go to find your new home, and let's check this out, shall we? So the first thing that you notice is this bridge, marked with these beautiful blue fire sconces. Pretty freaking sweet, and a nice big bridge that goes across the roaring little river. And look at that. I love the scenery right now. It's a light snow, it's morning, or it's evening, light snow in the evening, kind of the sun is still peeking through the clouds a little bit. It's a beautiful little spot. Beautiful little spot, and then you come up to the home and it's surrounded by so many shrubs and so many trees and flowers and plants and everything. Not to mention you have more of these blue fire sconces and the amount of goat horn sconces on the outside. Normally I'm a little bit dissuaded and turned off by the a large amounts of lights, but this kind of adds to it. I gotta say, I like how many there are outside. I can imagine at nighttime, like actual nighttime, it looking pretty freaking sweet. So outdoors, what do we have? Got some barrels for storage, and then hello there, smithing area. What I like about this though is it matches the buildings in Riverwood. You know, normally with some of the homes that you see, you know, they may not match the hold that they're sitting next to or the town that they're sitting next to, but this one definitely reminds me of the blacksmithing house that's literally a stone's throw from this house, which is cool. So you have your blacksmith, and you have your grindstone, and you got your tanning rack, various storage for all of your stuff that you could possibly need, and then you have your workbench and your grindstone over there. Wonderful. So everything you could possibly need for smithing is outside here. And then if we come down here, look at this. You got your own little area through here. It's like a garden almost. Look at this. I like this big well and more goat horn sconces. Always beautiful to see. Little apiary right here. Now if I had to guess, there'd be a farm somewhere. And your smelter is right there. And then let's see, what else do we have right here? What is this? That's a black book. Oh, it has a pool area, huh? Okay. I've seen this pool before. I love these freaking pools. In fact, I think it's by the same mod author who does these pools. These massive freaking rooms that have this gigantic ass pool with these statues in it. I believe it's by the same mod author, Ashley Clark, which is very, very cool. Same shrines and stuff like that. Very, very cool. It's always nice to see mod authors, you know, taking from other mods that they've done and mix and matching them together. It's kind of a nifty little feature. But this is an absolutely awesome pool house. Holy Jesus. Let's see, how deep does it go? Okay, that's a tad bit deep. Hot damn. But okay, let's check out the rest of the house, shall we? Alrighty, so now we're outside once again. No longer in the pool house. Hello there, little fox. What you doing? So it doesn't look like there's an outdoor growing area, but that's okay. If I had to guess, there may be one inside. But look at that. You got some nature around you. You got some mud crabs down there. You got some deer and some elk, some rabbits and some foxes. Oh, so freaking cool. I love being one with nature in this little town area. You know, Riverwood and Valkyrie, they're kind of similar. You know, lots of forests and all that stuff. It's just beautiful. So let's go and check out the inside of the house, shall we? And here we are, inside of SPIRE. I love the amount of lighting that's in the beginning. Like, I feel if you're too tall, you're going to smack your head on this goat horn chandelier, but that is quite alright. I am a shorty, and I fit right underneath of it. Very, very nice. So I like the decor down here. You know, you walk into the kitchen, and it looks like you have an enchanting and a greenhouse teleportation, which we will check that out in momentarily. But I love these shrunken barrels. It's much better. It fits it. You know, it fits it more. You know, as opposed to putting 2 or 3 large barrels, you can fit 6 small barrels right there and kind of fill up the space even more. Better utilization of space, and I am all for that. Look at that. Storage urns. Got the College of Winterhold thing behind there. Cooking spit. And a little bit of a bar. Very cool. And then a nice little dinner table right here. And then here we are inside the library. I know I've got quite a few bookworms watching, and the bookworms of Skyrim will feel right at home in here. Very, very cool. I wish there was a seating area in here, though. Normally in libraries, you'll find a chair or at least a bench. Maybe this is more of just a library for show, or to come in and grab a good book and then sit out here. So maybe that's what's going on. But very cool downstairs area. And there's a cupboard. That's an interesting cupboard right there. They're shrunken down. Very cool. And then let's see, what else do we have up here? Look at this. Oh, I like that. They took out the triangle part and they just left it open. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I've seen that before. Very nice. Now let's see, what do we have right here? Wailing. So you have a custom dagger, does 11 damage and is worth 953. Very cool. Lots of big chests for tons of storage. Hello. That's kind of cool. Very cool. Recipe for the flame-cloaked spider. Very, very cool. And then all of these chests, are they filled? They are, kind of. They've got some gold inside of them. Yeah, it looks like assorted good stuff. Gold and weapons and all sorts of that good stuff. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. I like the storage in urns as well. That's pretty nice. And then this is the master bedroom, if I had to guess. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this comes with monk robes and a belted tunic, as well as a place to change your appearance and wash your grimy-ass hands after exploring for so long. Beautiful little double bed. And all of these are actual wardrobes because it says search as opposed to open, so we know those are good to go. Always have to check those in mods. You never know when the mod author's going to be cheeky and throw in a secret entrance. But okay, now let's go ahead and check out the enchanting and greenhouse area. The mannequins were walking for a second there, but holy cow, I was not expecting this. Holy Jesus, it goes on for a second. Okay, I like all of these statues. That is badass. Look at this. You got your own damn dragon. Look at that face. Look at that eyeball. I can see your eyeball, boy. That's crazy. And all of these mannequins have stuff on them. Blue hooded robes. All sorts of that stuff. Very, very cool. This is very mage friendly, and I like that. Lots of display cases, as well as chests to store all your stuff, as well as armor mannequins for that matter. And then over here, it looks like you have literally every single thing you could possibly need for enchanting and alchemy. Not only do you have the enchanting table and an alchemy table, you have a spider imbuing chamber and a staff enchanter, which is very cool. Always nice to see that in homes. Potion rack right there, very cool. A very cool statue with some hot fire in their hands. Got a staff holder right there, that's pretty cool. And a random spinal cord attached to a pelvis, but that's fine, like you do. Staff enchanter. Unenchanted staffs, no respawn. Unenchanted staffs respawn. Look at that. So you can just keep on taking staffs. That's incredible. Or staves. The plural for that is staves. And then we got our alchemy lab. Ingredient urn. Very, very nice. And then looks like we have our enchanting table over here. Soul gem chests. Very, very cool. A random purple book, which is quite purple. Very cool. Lots of storage in here. And like I said, a spider imbuing chamber, which is a huge bonus for a lot of people that like to use magic stuff. Now that goes back to Shadow Spire, okay? Now this is the greenhouse area over here. So it looks like you got 4 fertile soil plots per grow bed. That's pretty good. You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nice. That's a lot of growing stuff. What is that, 48? Yeah, that's 48. Look at me doing math in my brain place. And then even more potion racks. That's kind of nice. You can store all your good potions right there. Very cool. Okay, so I do believe that's everything that this home has to offer. And I gotta say, I'm digging it. It's small. It's completely, a starter home for people that, want to, I guess, be, they don't want to pay for a house. And it's a nice size of a house. It has a ton going for it. And there's plenty to see inside of here. So I do believe that's everything, guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's little mod showcase on the beautiful home Shadow Spire. And if you did, make sure you guys hit that like button. No more smashing it. Too many broken phone screens. And guys, if you haven't done so already, be sure to follow me on all social medias and check out my website down there in the description. And guys, I will see you in the next video.